Your footsteps on the stairs. If I listen hard enough, they're still there. And you think I'd know better by now, but I still drink until you're next to me again, baby. Yeah, yeah. And I still think that in the morning I might wake up next to you. Empty bed and empty spaces in my head. Your smell, your taste, your memory is all that's left to fill this empty, fill this empty. And your pictures on my phone help me to pretend that I'm not alone. And you think I know better by now, but I still drink until you're next to me again, baby. Yeah, yeah. And I still think that in the morning I might wake up next to you. Empty bed and empty spaces in my head. Your smell, your taste, your memory is all that's left to fill this empty, fill this empty. But I still drink until you're next to me again, baby. And I still think that in the morning I might wake up next to you. Empty bed, your smell, your taste, your memory is all that's left to fill this empty, to fill this empty.
I wake up in the bed you made, the one where you're supposed to lay with me. I smell you on the pillowcase, but don't see your face, and that's okay with me. I never thought I'd see the day I'd see you as somebody I could hate. I guess that's just the price I pay for the blood red flags that I walked past every day. Who are you when I'm not looking? You're like an angel sent from hell. Despite those eyes that hurt me when I'm not looking, you are someone else. Someone else.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We expected a 30-minute break, but it looks like we are going to go straight into the action here on day 2 of the Poland Winter 2024 TF2 LAN. I am taking over for TC Mono, who will not be able to make it to this one, but I still have the trusty number one rocker here. And we also switched producers. We've already switched 3 of them in one day. First it was underscore, now it's me, well, it used to be me, and now it's Antlers. So, number one rocker, we got a
Yes.
pretty good match ahead of us right now. We've already seen one time Evil Gaming before yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, and they put on quite a show for us, but now unfortunately they've been relegated to the lower brackets after going against Witness Game, and they lost that one 2-0, which I mean, tough match. You can't really blame them. So yeah, they're gonna have to try their hand to see if they can redeem themselves in this lower bracket, going against Alien Workshop, which I don't think we had on stream before. So it'll be interesting to see them do their take on the old fireside cast.
Yeah, and it looks as if Alien Workshop did play once yesterday on stream against 3.5 stars, but that was on
Oh.
our brother's stream. That was Essentials TF. So
Hmm.
they did play once. They did lose to 3.5 stars, but kind of, expected given that 3.5 stars, as you just saw, if you were just watching the last match, they are a pretty strong team and they have some strong mental fortitude to even come back after a 5-0 loss on map 1 like that. So, yeah.
It was a slow roll, you know. It was the full 30 minutes, and yeah, it was back and forth, but they just can't seem to break the hold on the second there, and yeah, 3.5 stars moving on to face against the Last Resort in their next match, and so yeah, we're gonna be getting into this one pretty soon. We've got 10 players in the server, just waiting for the last of them to come up. So before we continue any further, let's go over the map picks real quick. It seems like the first one is going to be on Granary after banning Product and Bagel, so both COP maps are out. And then the second one's going to be Snakewater, and then the last map, should we need it, which, you know, I hope we do, because you know how I feel about that, is going to be Gully Wash after banning Process and Sunshine. So why don't we run down the rosters real quick, as the last of these players should be getting into the server pretty soon. I'm going to be looking at Alien Workshop. It's going to be Sneaky and Wild Piggy on the scouts. Kosuke
Yep.
on Roaming Soldier. Shades, the Englishman, on the Pocket. We've got Tavi, the Romanian, on demo, and Lucky the Brit on Medic.
And on the side of Evil Gaming, we have Salty and Menix are going to be your scouts. Bud and Opti are your soldiers. Shappy on Demoman, and Theos is your medic. And I did cast their match. I think it was the first or third one that we did on Fireside, and they did a solid. They did a solid. These guys have a lot of potential, but they had trouble keeping Theos alive, and we'll see as we head into our first map, Granary. Alien Workshop on blue, Evil Gaming on red. Evil Gaming should arguably be the favorites here, but can they maintain that status quo?
Indeed, and a little bit of a beef rollout from Tavi, going to have him rolling out the slightest bit slower compared to Shabib here, and taking the first damage as well. Tavi finally getting an answer back to his own. Spotting the scouts up top, and he's already low health, waiting for a vote from his medic as the rest of this mid unfolds, and already some early aggression. Theo's going to be the first to go down to the stickies of Tavi, and a little bit of a tit for tat. Shabib will go down as well. Now 3 dead for this Alien Workshop side, and it looks like Evil Gaming has the upper hand in the mid fight, but actually Sneaky getting some sneaky shots onto Bud, but Medic's going to answer back with some low health of his own. Won't matter. Look at the frag, and now Wild Piggy and Salty going to have a little bit of a duel on the side here as Bud takes down Tavi finally, and will be Wild Piggy the last alive here, still on this mid, and clean up with very low health. 6 HP, Bud, that's all he needs, the frag. So yeah, first mid for Evil Gaming.
Yeah, sending both soldiers in from both sides on a suicide mission for each medic, and both medics, it's kind of hard to stay alive on Granary mid. That's just the nature of the map layout for the mid side. But in the end, the red side, Evil Gaming, come out on top just as we expected. But we have a spy on the field. I believe that is on the defense side, which is Wild Piggy. So Wild Piggy is going to go in for an off-timing shenanigan on this off class.
Nah, he's just checking off.
Oh, okay, he was only checking, okay. But it looks like lunchbox pressure is underway from the top and on the bottom. Opti on top, going to be met by a soldier who actually misses his jump on the railing. So Opti is lucky to make it out on half HP.
Indeed, and yeah, Evil Gaming just backing up, looking towards that Z side. Just Opti still lurking around in Lunchbox, see what he can get, but not a whole lot now as early pressure coming in. And it's a huge bomb from Bud, causing some havoc and chaos in the back. Davy almost goes down, but he collects an arrow and will back out with the rest of his team. And Evil Gaming not really capitalizing upon this pressure as the Alien Workshop starts to trigger their way back in after they realize, oh, we're not getting pushed after all. Just a fat bomb from Bud. It was enough to deter them for just that little bit.
Yeah, and we are still stuck in this second second stalemate, which is actually one of the hardest points to even get a sack off of when you look at how close quarters and narrow choke pointy this second point is. So usually most teams will opt to do a double soldier tank and spam through Lunchbox, one through the top, one through the bottom, but it looks like everybody's priming towards the shutter for Evil Gaming. I think they're just going to get some buffs, and it looks as if they are just discussing the plan on how they want to approach this next pressure cook into hopefully potentially forcing Lucky.
And now should be leading the charge. And it's actually going to be an Uber exchange on a Bud, and counter Uber popped by Lucky there. And they're just going to stare at each other while they're invulnerable and see how things go. Uber finally baiting Minix is going to start the back rage onto the point. And actually, there's some back pressure from Bud as well. We'll get cleaned up by Kosuke. And now, yeah, that cap point getting abandoned here as Shades sort of clears the area, and Evil Gaming going to back out and choke, going to see the ground here as Shades once again comes in huge and lands a sync bomb on a Shabib, but he'll surf that expertly out through the choke, and it'll be another setup here in the yard. Yeah, they're just going to let it stalemate out. Even Ubers for both medics.
Yeah, Shappy there, aka Shabib, it was able to surf that out, but I mean, that pressure into the exchange, it just didn't work out because they tried to sneak in medics behind her, I think it was Salty, and they just weren't able to get the superior positioning in the post-exchange Evil Gaming, but it was still a worthy attempt. You know, there's only so many ways to try to get your way into second there, as Bud and Shades are exchanging some spam towards the choke point. And once again, we're waiting to see what Evil Gaming have in mind, and it looks like they're going to set their sights towards choke. Shappy's going to maybe throw some spam here in Opti, and Bud are probably going to try to get in through both the garage and the choke point here.
And yeah, Shay's making sure that they can't come through, but with the second attempt, here comes Opti bombing around the blind corner, gets the height advantage, goes for another bomb as he has the freedom to do so, lands right on top of the medic, a nice little surf, but doesn't get the drop, but he will get the force, which is just as good. So yeah, a little bit of a value collected there from Opti to get that force off, and now Evil Gaming just kiting back a little bit further just in case it decided to continue that pressure through the choke, but nah, Alien Workshop going to play passively and just build the Uber up again and just await the oncoming pressure from Evil Gaming. Now it's going to be Bud clearing his way through the choke with the rest of his team. Into Shappy and Menix coming through, and there's Theos the Greek, little old Theos with Uber in hand, going to be rotating over towards this Lunchbox side, and they're going to meet Kosuke, and he's actually going to walk away just in time. Bud hot on his heels now, as Salty trying to get some pressure onto the point, but some spam from the window room by Kosuke, but going to come away and back them up. So it will be a firm cap on the second point now as the rest of the red team comes through that shutter, popping off Uber pretty late into it, and they do get the pick on the Lucky, so there's going to be no medic for them, but the sentry is still alive and well outside of that shutter door. And now a little bit of a scrap going up, but Bud going to jump up to help the scout get the pick onto the pipe. And now a bomb as Bud goes sailing from the sentry gun there, and it's going to allow Evil Gaming nonetheless to cap that first point 1-0. A little bit under 5 minutes gone with that one, so very nice time management from Evil Gaming to get the first point.
Yeah, one of the things that I found pretty awkward from that last hold from Alien Workshop was that not only were they out of position, they just weren't expecting the pace that Evil Gaming were bringing to that last push, especially when you're at full Uber ad, and the name of the game is to set up on last or try to build fast enough. Alien Workshop did neither of those, and being positioned on the middle pipeline there and just getting caught up by a left shutter Uber that you should expect against Menix and Shappy, just a clean misplay, a clear misplay by Alien Workshop. But there is early days here on this map, and I think there's still a potential for a comeback.
Oh, absolutely. Granary is one of those maps that all the teams in this series have played a lot, so they have a lot of practice on it. But never mind, Theos once again going to be the first one to die. But four quick responses from Evil Gaming. They're not going to let that med pick go lightly now as Opti and Shade sort of trading blows here in the garage. Opti will come out on top. Shappy, very low HP, is going to retreat away, but it will be the second mid one for Evil Gaming, unless Sneaky pulling off some sneaky plays here in the backline, but now he's going to get shipped down to size. So yeah, put the kibosh on that one.
Yeah, once again, both medics don't manage to keep their lives intact. Theos did actually get caught off rotating towards the garage red crate, and probably Evil Gaming have had this issue in their last match that we saw in the group stage versus Mandem. So one of the things that I do want to see is if maybe Theos can maybe bait towards that choke a little more, or at least not have to commit his heals wholeheartedly if they're going to go full send for Lucky's life. So since Evil Gaming have been successful in that adventure opting in Bud, they could probably opt to bait heals a lot more and not have to commit their heals in for the sake of winning the mid and keeping people healthy.
Yeah, no, they're doing really well with the heals that they have been given really efficient use and efficient damage putting out. So I'm going to be curious how that plays out in the logs. Just some spam fighting in the garage from Shappy now as Uber is announced by Theos, and then Lucky getting his own in short order. Just waiting for the spam, and Shappy getting some nice stickies to clear the way from the scout. And actually, Scout in the face of Opti will get cleaned away. That'll be Wild Piggy going down. So the first to fall here. Shade's taking a nice little pipe to the face. Will get bowed up and retreats before he almost dies to the spam. He'll coming over the top, and that's going to be Opti clearing the way into the shutter, backing out that Alien Workshop team all the way back. Might be an exchange on a point if they're feeling frisky, and it looks like he actually is waiting for it. Shades is, so we'll see how that goes. Going to be Evil popping first, however, and then Lucky in short order. Bit of a flash around. Looks like Alien Workshops Uber will fade second, however, as the sticks and the scatters are traded. Both soldiers up top in Lunchbox, seeing out that aggression as Opti retreats through Z, and Bud and Salty will fall out of Lunchbox.
Yeah, just your standard normal reset here on the second point, as we see somebody crossing towards that Z pack, which was Shades, and Shades will jump away, steal that, and also the ammo pack as a matter of fact. We will see the combo rotating towards Shutter for that double Lunchbox pressure. Maybe it's Opti and Bud. No, maybe not. Bud is going to pressure from Z, Opti's going to pressure from top, and Opti's going to go get this jump onto the medic. Ooh. Almost kills Lucky, but that would have been a surefire force had Lucky had full Uber, but he was only around 80% at the moment of the bomb.
Indeed, and now Uber is firmly in the hands of both, and actually the scout's getting real frisky. That's sneaky. Oh, he could get caught out here if he's not careful. Bud coming into the Z to try to secure that kill, but he will get traded upon by Shade. So a nice little how do you do roundabout way of getting the pick there. Very unfortunate for Bud, not the way he envisioned that one going now as Blue pushes out of Z, taking the aggression, and actually Theo's going to pop off that Uber first, and it's going to be an exchange in Z, and it's very close quarters, and both medics blocking each other off. Medics is caught in, yeah, as that Uber fades, and will get taken down by Sneaky the Cat as a reset in yard comes out.
Yeah, full fight here, full-fledged one at that in yard, but a soldier does bomb out through the shutter. That was cost K, but he does go down, was 10 HP in midair, as Bud will answer with a counter bomb onto the hut, killing Shades, and that's gonna be the cat chase here onto the remaining 4 players, as there is barely any projectiles here, aside from Tavi, to even pressure this second cap, and with the sticks being dead, expecting a timing on that blind debt. It's going to be Evil Gaming pressuring into last here against a gun, against a heavy, and 2 respawning soldiers.
Yeah, and they're going to do that dry fight once again, but going for like a little bit of a quasi-commit, quasi-fade bomb, but will get cleaned away. Nothing doing. Sentry is in the spot behind the wall, heavy up as well, so looking like they came out just in time with the defense this time. That are going to get caught unawares by that quick rotation left shutter push now as Lucky and Theos both get their Ubers at the same time, and Sneaky up on Sniper.
Yeah, this is more of your traditional granary hold. But I mean, I guess the sentry spot is in an okay position. Last time we saw a very unique granary hold was with the medic Connor for, who was it? It was Verdas. He was holding on the right pipeline, getting on the top, and then.
Oh yeah.
It was a very interesting spot, but obviously, as Dave did point out in that game, it leaves the left players by the shutter susceptible to not getting any heals. As we see the pressure in, Maddox is just peeking in past this wall, as we saw Sneaky through the right spawn, killing Bud. So it looked like as if they were pressuring through left shutter to try to get Bud in, but the sniper was holding the right shutter as a matter of fact.
Yeah, really well done to cover all their bases and make sure nobody comes in with the sneaky play. Sniper paying off indeed, and now it's just Theos hanging out in Lunchbox. Kosuke up in the window, spamming down, trying to see what he gets, getting any information, but yeah, not a whole lot going here. Just a trade, and actually Menix on Sniper to try his hand as well, and Sneaky? Gonna be sneaky on Spido. He's checking off glasses, he's back on Sniper.
Yeah, essentially the death sentence here of holding granary last on an even Uber scenario is that you never want to try to push out unless there's a clear wipe on the enemy team pushing in from second. So we'll probably see Alien Workshop in the next 3:22 just about try to hold for the round reset, unless for some reason Theos just makes a huge misplay. But Menix is on the Sniper, from their perspective, peeking the right shutter.
Yeah, there he goes. Pays off, gets the demos. That's a pretty huge pick, but a huge bump from Shades leaves Bud skybox, and we'll get pistol down in the air, but quick response from Salty onto Shades. But while Piggy with the sentry taking out Opti, and there we go. Getting some nice little frags there from Alien Workshop. Theos going to be leaving with 79 HP as Sneaky starts the cap. Going to take a cheeky peek through shutter. It's going to be SVS in yard. Actually, no. Now they're really wanting to commit.
Oh,
Ooh, sneaky coming out on top.
really?
Big headshot. So yeah, very nicely done from Alien Workshop. Didn't quite get the wipe, but I mean, 2 left alive and one of them's a sniper. I take that gamble.
It looked pretty bad there for Alien Workshop once they lost Tavi there, but by committing both the soldiers towards the right shutter hold, they were able to nuke 4 of the 6 Evil Gaming players, and those are one of those advantages that you want to push out of last with, especially when of those 2 remaining alive, one is the sniper. Clearly cannot take the exchange in that scenario. So we'll see Alien Workshop take a step forward out of their last into yard here, and they actually are in a better position than before.
Yeah, they're actually getting a bit of breathing room this time. We'll see how they work things out. And here comes the quick bomb from Opti through Garage with Salty and Toe. Going to be taking down Kosuke and actually working their way through lunchbox. They're doing an around the world strap, but Opti going to get caught out by 3 players looking right at him as he comes through that Z for a cheeky little pick. And Tavi going to take down Chappie as well. So yeah, that's a demo dead for Evil Gaming, and it's just sort of crumbling away bit by bit here for Evil Gaming.
Yeah, Salty does make his way out through Garage, the sweet escape onto Kosuke, even getting a kill at that. And Tavi is actually pressuring really well on the breaker.
No.
He gets dropped in the exchange. It looked like Alien Workshop. Oh no! This drops Lucky! And Lucky, with that hesitation, could cost his team the round. It's just up to the soldier bombing choke shades. He gets Salty, he gets Theos, the absolute salvage that Alien Workshop needed to keep themselves in this round after the huge misplay by Lucky.
And yeah, and a back cap here by Menix, threatening here with the soldier in tow, but the spawners are coming up in time. But will he finish the cap and get those all-important forward spawns? No. They decide better of it. Chappie's just going to set down a stick or 2 and back away. They almost got the back cap there, and that would have been pretty huge for Evil Gaming and taking away that breathing room that Alien Workshop tried so desperately hard to get, and they saw it go away in the blink of an eye with that drop.
Yeah, we do see Opti here towards the drop down area, priming for a play. In the midst of all that chaos, he actually snuck behind and is in a good opportunity for a play, but I believe he was spotted earlier when trying to go for that. So I believe Evil Gaming are going to try to pressure Yard here to get their man out. It's almost as if it were Saving Private Ryan, but it looks as if...
Oh, he's got the pain train!
He's not accounted for. He's going for the back cap. He gets 1, but he's brought everybody back. If they had known, they're going to isolate Tavi and Yard by bringing 4 people back. That back cap has opened the floodgates for Evil Gaming to push to Garage here and maybe get the kill on a Kosuke.
Yeah, very nicely done. A cheeky little pain train attempt there by Opti is going to secure some space for his team. A little bit of trade going out here. 3 down for the Evil Gaming side, and they will retreat back through Garage as Alien Workshop manages to end up with that one on the upper hand. So very nicely done, but a very nice attempt there from Opti all the same. And now Alien Workshop's combo Piika through choke. They're going to rotate back around as these spawns do come up with Evil Gaming still in control of the mid and a little bit over 15 minutes to go.
Lucky staying true to his name, counting his lucky stars right now. This flank shove from Evil Gaming, the pressure is just so good from them, and they're just keeping it up time and time again. And yet still, Alien Workshop find their way to salvage out of these very tumultuous situations, as we do see, once again, a time to catch their breath, a time where no play is being made by Evil Gaming as they discuss the strat. They're going to pressure 1 through choke. Shabby's trying to get the spam for the quality speed shot through choke, but he gets absolutely denied. After that second shot, it looked like he beefed the speed shot a little bit there, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, and a little bit of a beef, but that means that Shades is going to respond with the jump to the zone. There's some stickies all in that choke, but in the meantime, Kosuke going to come through and try to get some salvage chaos play, but nothing doing. Didn't get the force, didn't get the drop, so yeah, bit of a wasted opportunity from both players. That means he's going to wait 9 long seconds to be able to get back into this one as Evil Gaming just shoving their way through Garage into Yard on the left side, and they're going to wrap them through Zito. Actually going to take the fight right into them there. Menix looking like he has some bloodlust in his eyes, going to take down the soldier, and ooh! Lucky managing to pop the Uber off to save his scouts in the nick of time as Theos' Uber fades away, and Bud getting caught on the point, just absolutely mulched. And now Evil Gaming on the back foot here as Lucky and team looking like they want to hold this second point with style. And yeah, Evil Gaming forced back into Yard, and it's going to be another stalemate on the second point, but 60 seconds remaining on the round timer. They could reset if they're not quick enough.
Realistically, there is time for one more exchange, one more sack, but obviously they're not gonna go for the sack. Evil Gaming, they're gonna go for the Frenchman on the spy. That is Bud, and they're gonna try to maybe do a hard pressure. They're gonna try to distract long enough for Bud to get into a position to backstab Lucky. The only problem is that the sound cue of the shutter can leave Alien Workshop susceptible to the fact that there is a spy on the field.
Well, he's trying to work his way through Z, a little bit risky if you ask me, but he manages to skirt through without any damage, and there's that shutter. Let's see if they pay any mind to it. I'm on the Bud cam hard here, coming and looping around through that other shutter, and oh, here's the demo right there. Gets the pick as the Uber comes in, and Bud has done his job. He's actually going to he's going to cloak, but doesn't matter. He dies anyway. 10 seconds left. They got to get some time at this point in order to draw out the overtime as the Uber's fade. Shade's getting some nice pressure onto the demo and Scout. Evil Gaming trying to butt their way back into this one, but Shade's going to back away through Z now as the cap rage comes out, but it won't be enough. It'll be a stalemate here. Going to be drawing out a third mid. Whew. Very nicely done from Alien Workshop to hold on for dear life.
You can see what they were going for. They were trying to pressure people back in towards the Bud chain stab, but obviously Bud was only able to get Tavi. And at the same time, had he been 5 seconds earlier, because actually Lucky used the ledge on the pillar to actually get up top, he may have been able to chain stab both the demo and the medic. But obviously, we can only not think about the what-ifs. We have to move on towards the next mid.
And yeah, so technically the third mid here as Shappy, once again, coming out way earlier on these rollouts. So very nicely done for him. Secure this early aggression. Now is Sneaky jumping around on the crazy. And here comes a double soldier bomb. And Opti will get air shot going for his own. When he lands on top of the medic, it just dies instantly. So very unfortunate for him. And now Evil Gaming down 3 players. And it's going to be all their explosives down. Just as Scott's left alive to contend with here. And actually, Menix is caught out on point. All he can hope to do is to delay this cap. But now it gets cleaned up by Wild Piggy, with the help of Lucky assisting him with that medi beam. I don't know really what it adds, but yeah, it's going to mean that Alien Workshop getting their first mid cap as they come just corralling through yard here. Going to be getting the early cap on to second now as both medics get their Uber up, stomping their way through Opti with the spam down from on top of Winter Room on the railing. And now it is Evil Gaming's chance to show what they got on defense.
Definitely time, and that mid was just a matter of your coordinated aggression getting stifled by an unexpected variable, which was the air shot onto Opti. So Evil Gaming had to give up their plans as immediately as they planned them in the first place. So Kosuke and Shades, though, this is the double soldier spin that I was expecting to see from Evil Gaming, but instead they're going to do it from lower and top. But Kosuke, just using that lower bomb, gets absolutely stuffed by the pipes. And now with Opti and Bud pressuring, or Bud at least, they're trying to get this pressure in through Shutter, but Salty is not able to get out, or get in.
And yeah, now Lucky just spreading the heals around, doing his rounds, giving up the buffs, waiting for his player to come back. Yeah, Evil Gaming is content to just sit back and let them throw themselves against the wall. A little bit under 11 minutes ago, Evil Gaming with the only points so far in this game, but Alien Workshop is in a good position to answer back finally after winning that mid.
Shades was checking the shutter for the sticky trap setup that are typical for a shutter trap there by Shappy, and they didn't clear it. So they're going to take this exchange, but I don't know if Lucky... Oh, no, he was just an inch away from getting killed by the Det, but there's going to be the exchange instead, and it looks as if trades are being done back and forth in terms of damage, but nobody's finalizing a kill until Shades gets the kill, gets killed by Menix, and Bud does fall, but it's in favor of Evil Gaming as they get 2 kills to the one of Alien Workshop, and it looks like a pipe onto Tavi will be the exclamation mark in this exchange, as now it's just the scout and the medic for Alien Workshop, and they're trying to hightail it out of here, but Opti's on the case.
Oh yeah, he's hot on their heels, but not quite enough. That scout speed, bit of a boon, so able to help his medic escape there. Alien Workshop gonna set up once again on their yard, and looks like they're actually trying to go for the quick aggression to stop this cap through the choke. Sneaky the Cat trying to clear the stickies, but he doesn't really have much support. It's just gonna be Shappy running that stickies on him. Now Shades finally does come through and help his team out. Gets a nice little air shot. Doesn't finish off the kill though. Ends up in the middle of the Evil Gaming combo, but gets chopped down to size, and it's gonna be a fight as Evil Gaming caps back this middle point.
Yeah, now we're just doing a mirror mid. Both soldiers are down for each side except for one of them, and Shades is gonna go in deep, landing onto the combo, and with the help of Wild Piggy, they focus down Bud, but in the meantime, Salty pushed into Garage and got the kill onto a soldier, but the force came out in the meanwhile onto Lucky. I'm actually not sure. Maybe that came from Salty, who was going in from Garage. So that means Alien Workshop, they have the Uber disad despite getting the mid. It's a Pyrrhic victory at that.
Yeah, it's going to be a leapfrog situation now here as Opti leads the charge for his team. Shades trying to lay out some spam, do whatever he can, but he's going to run away with very low HP. It'll come Kosuke, gets absolutely slapped in the face, and Bud will come in and finish off the kill. A little how do you do wombo combo from both soldiers on Kosuke. That's got to hurt.
And this ad is still sizable for Evil Gaming, and if they're fast enough with this lunchbox push, instead they're going to go in through Z. They could have gone for a fast super, but they block past the sticks. Oh, the Det from Tavi does not catch anybody. And Chappy and Co, little do they know, there hasn't been any building on the side of Alien Workshop. So
Nope.
there is still 25 ads to work with.
Yeah, and they're going to try to see what they can inch in from it. Kosuke taking the fight in the winter room on Butts. That's going to be one down already. And yeah, Evil Gaming's not going to work with this ad. They're just going to let it even out because that was sort of the deciding factor there. They lost one. Going into an Uber, not the greatest thing in the world. So they're just going to reset, rotate the heels over to Lunchbox, and see if they can pressure cook. Shappy has a nice little trap waiting for anybody that comes in on that left shutter, but Shade's peeking on the opposite one, and actually Sneaky the Cat looking down Lunchbox through the shutter with Sniper. Let's see if he can pick out Shappy. No, decides to back up, doesn't see anything there, so he just decides better of it. Now, as the rest of Evil Gaming finally comes through Lunchbox this time.
This is going to be the buffs, and we're going to see some hard pressure towards left shutter, which is actually pretty weak when you consider that only Sneaky is there to stop any pressure from left side. So they're going to pressure right side instead, as Sneaky has hit a headshot the last time they tried to peek in their nose through the left shutter. And it's going to be Shappy leading in. It's going to be a 4-man, maybe a 3-man with a demo on the soldier, and they get the force.
Nice.
So lucky.
Very nicely done. The rarely seen 4-man in 5 CP strat coming out big for Evil Gaming. Let's see if it'll pay off. They lost 3 for it, but looks like medics. No, I thought he was going to call on his medic to go for the cheeky exchange on point, or the Uber on point, to stop that cap so that they could get their forward spawns. But no, Evil Gaming going to just bide their time. They have 7 minutes to work with and about 60 ad and counting as Lucky builds his Uber back up. Sneaky's still on Sniper, so it could be a rude awakening if they try to push this in. Where is he hiding? He's hiding in the right shutter to his perspective, trying to watch the shutter as they come in for Evil Gaming. Go for it.
Because of those delayed spawns, essentially Lucky has been able to Katana build his way up to Uber now. As they do take it in through the lunchbox area, Evil Gaming, they don't know that this is gonna not be ad anymore, as Lucky needs to die in the next second, but he manages to connect the beam. The Uber is out, and everybody's calling the retreat. Can everybody get out? No, Theo's going down, and that's the medic, as a matter of fact. Evil Gaming, they were just too slow, or maybe the spawns just did not come in their favor.
Yeah, no, it just wasn't fast enough. They tried to go for the cheeky pipe, but they sort of gave each other a look like, are we still doing this? And like, yeah, we're committed. Screw it, send it. They couldn't get the pick out in the mid, so yeah, Lucky, living up to his namesake, Lucky to get that Uber out in time.
Yeah, I mean, Cat has 9 lives, and I think with how many Lucky has had this game, I think he's probably down to 3 now. So many close calls, and he gets away with his life there, as a matter of fact. The Shappy was just not able to finalize the kill onto him, as Sneaky is peeking through this choke point. They do have 20 ad on Alien Workshop because they killed Theos, but because they weren't building, this isn't more than 25 now, as they are getting in through this choke point. Double soldier spam from the red crate towards the choke. Does find a good amount of spam on the Lucky, but these soldiers on Alien Workshop are pressuring hard. They're working together with the scouts in tandem to pressure Evil Gaming out of this point. And they should still have Uber, as Lucky did just come up on his Uber, so they know they can use
they're popping it. Woo! And Demo, Shappy caught out here, so that's a worthwhile pick, but Theos not very far behind on his own Uber. Kosuke going big, getting the kill on the Salty, and actually 3 down for Evil Gaming as Theos with 7 HP pops out that Uber. Desperation Blade, see if they can flip the script here and get the kills in the yard themselves, but no. Well, actually, Bud manages to get a kill as the rocket jumps away, but he's very low health, and it's just Minix left alive with Shades and Wild Piggy left to duke it out here on the shutter, but positional advantage and spawners coming up for Evil Gaming. Bails them out of a bad situation there. That was really close.
Yeah, that was a... Theos was probably trying to activate the medics to become a menace kind of play there, but obviously using on 7 HP there leaves you very susceptible to a soldier bomb in the post Uber, and getting bombed by, I believe, Shades there and starting the Uber off on 7 HP meant that 1 rocket would equal Theos' death. So Evil Gaming, it was a good play in theory, but they needed to be more healthy before the use, and they needed to get more kills than just 1. Yeah,
no, Alien Workshop with a better Uber there as that sort of staggered exchange went out, and now Alien Workshop again working the pressure through Lunchbox. Kosuke up top, and Shades is going to follow up soon, close behind. And yeah, actually Tabby set up a sneaky little trap if anybody tries to peek out across this point here, but no, they're just sending back and spamming, building up these Ubers, exactly even Ubers. And nice Kosuke going in, getting the pick on the Opti, but some stickies from Shappy going to take out Shades. Hey, Kosuke! So nice little 2K for the red demo there. Going to back out Alien Workshop as they have halftime on the cap and nothing more.
Yeah, very telegraphed. The idea behind that double soldier play is to make the soldier looking at that area use all his rockets, and then you bring in the second soldier to jump in and land towards the right shutter, but just not very opportunistic, as it was already telegraphed with Shades peeking so deep. And now Evil Gaming, they're going to spy check here. They don't see any off classes, as Opti is doing the checking for them. And Alien Workshop, they have 3 minutes and 40. Remember, we are not on the North American rule set if you're watching from Fireside Cast, so.
And yeah, actually, odd play that Opti is still on the pain trade. It's going to leave him susceptible to scouts as the exchange comes out across the second point. Alien Workshop looking for whatever they can get. 3 minutes 20 left for them to make a move. Ubers do fade, and now some 6 soldier spam, just so susceptible to it, especially the scouts here now. As Sneaky trying to work his way in, sneak out a kill, but nothing doing. Just gets shut down, and yeah, Theo's going to die though. But 3 left alive for Alien Workshop. Not gonna be a whole lot to work on.
Yeah, Kosuke coming in late in the post. They actually shoved 2 soldiers behind into last. Shades and Kosuke were able to get 2 kills. All the credit, though, due in towards Kosuke as Tavi gets a pipe onto Opti, just trying to delay the masses so they can get some last fortification set up here on the red side. They will have the medics engineer, but I don't know. It's not going to be enough against this lucky full Uberad. But, well, it's going to matter if Tavi can actually get the gun in the first place. And that's usually where you're using through left shutter 4.
And yeah, Sneaky Cat getting a little bit of information for his team to let him know what's up. And yeah, this Uber advantage is ticking away at 50% now as they finally make their way through Shutter. Some really aggression from the soldier, going to force that Uber out a little bit sooner than they would have liked, having taken out the sentry gun standard stuff. And now Sneaky the Cat getting skyboxed as Uber fades, but soldiers landing out some ridiculous jumps. Nice positioning. Opti going to get the kill on the medic from the pipe, but a little bit of a duel going on here. Superior spam going on for Alien Workshop now as Shappy, just levitated by the scout, will go down as the last one alive for Evil Gaming, and it's going to be equalized with 2 minutes remaining. Let's see how this one plays out. It's going to be really interesting to see who can sort of roll on mid here.
Yeah, default hold when you're at this side is usually the gun on the right shutter towards Evil Gaming spawn door, so that's why they did use in through the left shutter Alien Workshop. And the only problem is when you kite so many players towards spawn and you do the late spawn on the heavy, is that basically Tavi, if he does get that gun very early on, he can quickly use the Uber to rotate to right shutter and stuff everybody in. They were able to do so with the soldiers' help.
Yeah, that was really nice coordination from the bombs, from all the explosives involved on Alien Workshop, but it's going to mean that we're going to come out to our technically 4th mid here as early soldier aggression going to find Lucky, but it's actually going to be the scout to clean him up, and now 3 down already for Alien Workshop to just 2 explosives for Evil Gaming, and now the rest of the kills being wiped up while Piggy trying to go for a desperation salvage onto the medic, but nothing doing, and it's going to be a full wipe for Evil Gaming onto Alien Workshop.
Yeah, I mean, starting off the mid towards the rollout towards choke and then trying to shove towards the left side of Evil Gaming's garage, Alien Workshop found themselves very slow on the rotator, very slow to even be prepared for the fast Evil Gaming double soldier bomb on that mid. And I think one of the soldiers, I think it was Opti, was able to kill Lucky. And they all just took so much spam in that little death corner there that they just weren't able to get out and get anything on the Theos.
And yeah, speaking of which, Theos has Uber in hand. 40 seconds to go. It's make or break time. This is probably going to be the very last push of the game as they come up here. Lucky on 40% Uber. I think his luck's run out here. He's not going to have time to get that Uber up now. So Sentry is getting spammed down. Living for quite a long time, wasting a lot of Uber on that. So let's see if they can work that to their advantage. Alien Workshop popping out with the heavy and already half capped on the last as the soldier lands on it. It's played by the scout at the last second. Shappy! Oh, soldier bomb! Landing out a nuke, but it's just Salty left alive.
Oh, Sneaky's getting tanked though. Oh man, if he had hit one scouter shot before Sneaky had gotten tanked, this would have been Evil Gaming potentially getting that second round. But we are headed to a golden cap on our first map on Granary. 10 minutes is the golden cap timer for whoever has mid at the end of it. Should it expire, is your winner, or you just need to cap a round for it.
Right, exactly. So yeah, very nicely done from Alien Workshop to hold on for dear life there. I mean, they had everything against them going there, but they managed to eke out a stalemate. And so yeah, golden cap in our first map of this lower bracket series. Very interesting stuff. Anything standing out to you so far?
Man, I'm very impressed by both teams so far, but obviously one thing that you have to note is that Alien Workshop were the definite underdogs coming into this. So for them to pull off such a miraculous scoreline here, taking it to Evil Gaming, shows that they have the fortitude here on those 5 ping LAN servers to bring it back and bring it to a golden cap like this. And I don't even believe this is Alien Workshop's map pick, which is even more surprising.
Yeah, and looking at these stats, I mean, dead locked. You know, the scoreline was a bit of an indicator, but these stats further complement that fact. And yeah, actually, Lucky, the one with the superior heals here, and Alien Workshop with actually more kills and more damage. So yeah, despite the evenness of it all being underdogs, Alien Workshop came out to play today, man. Really.
Oh, apparently this is their map pick, so.
Oh
That.
well, geez, they're showing that they're a force to be reckoned with. You know, they may be in the lower brackets, but they are not slouches. They made it this far. There were 4 teams that were eliminated. They were not one of them. So yeah, they're here to play. They got their eyes on the prize for this one.
Yeah, one thing that I'm gonna be looking forward on these mids is if Alien Workshop can keep Lucky alive of these, um, I would say 3 or 4 mids. 3 or 4 mids. I don't think we've had a round reset actually. Lucky has
They
managed to
have.
die in almost every single one of them except for one of them.
Mhm.
So really, the plan for Alien Workshop is can we commit into the mid and maybe we just have to give everybody buffs prior to the mid and just let the soldiers do their work and let Lucky be in a position where yes, we cannot dish out any heals because we're baiting in choke, but maybe Lucky can either rotate in towards Evil Gaming's garage door fast enough before Salty, or I mean Bud and Opti can get a double bomb in towards Lucky, or maybe Lucky just baits at the Alien Workshop choke and just lets the other 5 do their work on the mid.
Yeah, this is an old-fashioned map, so I mean, it really wasn't designed with long sightlines for bows in mind. It's very claustrophobic, close quarter, so you just got to duke it out and fight over those 2 health packs that are on the mid and just work with the buffs that you got and just have superior DM. So yeah, that will be a sticking point for Alien Workshop, and if they can come out on top, all the better.
One thing that I find pretty weird about Evil Gaming is that they have all this experience. And even though they lost 3-1 to Mandem in the group stage on this map, you'd expect that they would have learned from their mistakes, and they clearly have in terms of the mid fights. I mean, Theos only died in the first mid fight, so after that, it was a quick adjustment after knowing how Alien Workshop like to play these mids. But aside from that, when it came to the second pressure, it seemed that they didn't really have any other plan aside from let's take an exchange in on Bud and just hope that we can have the more favorable exchange in the end. Whereas with Alien Workshop's exchange, they had a clear plan behind it. You know, we take that exchange, we shove a lot of players behind, and we hope to get a sandwich or a pinch in the end of the exchange. And Alien Workshop's pressure in the second has actually been a little better, dare I say, for them compared to Evil Gaming's.
Yeah, it does look a little bit more well executed now as Evil Gaming readying up, and I'm sure Alien Workshop won't be far behind. But yeah, like I alluded to earlier, we saw a lot of granary yesterday. So if there's anything that happened yesterday, is that a lot of teams got a lot of practice on granary. So seeing it for this first map is probably still very fresh in their heads, and they have all that information and knowledge, and they probably talked out a lot, ready to go right off the bat.
As we do have word that Alien Workshop are currently doing their quick restroom break, and I mean, I would be running too after that close of a scoreline on my own map pick. You know, gotta release the tension. Whatever method you have to do it by, go for it. I'm all for it.
I won't extrapolate much further on that, but yeah, I bet they were hoping for it to go even because yeah, it's like we gotta go, man. We can't hold it anymore. This is just getting too hype. Gotta wipe off the brow in the restroom, powder the face, recompose yourself, maybe talk out strats at the urinal. I don't know, but yeah, shouldn't be much longer here. And yeah, pretty exciting stuff here from the first match that we casted. Well, that Mono and I casted to this one here. It's been absolutely heart stopping stuff here, and I hope it continues further on into the day. But I mean, if they continue at this pace, man, I don't know if they're gonna have much left in the tank, dude, because it's just been nonstop go 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 action.
Yeah, for those tuning in, remember we are still on the first map, which is Alien Workshop's map pick. It is Granary, and we are currently in a golden cap scenario. So compared to North America, where we just go for infinite overtime, for EU, it's a bit different. Like I said, you either win by getting around, or after 10 minutes have expired, whoever has the midpoint is considered the winner of the game. And I'm leaning more towards the fact that unless we see just a straight up coast to coast mid to last, we're gonna probably be seeing that those 10 minutes expire, and we're gonna see a lot of stalemating based off that fact.
Well, no real time to stalemate because all you got is 10 minutes, so you have to be at least in control of the mid to secure the win if you're not going to be able to take all 5 points in this golden cap. And yeah, a whole lot riding on this one. As we said before, there's a pretty big sizable prize pool. First place gets 78 keys, second gets 36, and third gets 18. So I mean, a lot to contend with, a lot to think about. And yeah, they're already knocked down to the lower bracket. So whoever loses at the end of this series is gone. No chance for prize money, no chance for redemption. It's over. So yeah, pretty tense stuff for the first map already. And we saw the first series that we watched go to 3 maps. I mean, I don't know what else to say really.
You know, one thing that I find pretty interesting about this land is that we don't have sponsors for this land, so we
Hmm.
don't have a marketplace TF, we don't have a Manco store sponsor, but we did have merch for this prior to the land. So in terms of the prize pool, it's only in keys, and I believe the first place prize is 78 keys.
Right.
Second place is like 36,
36. Yep.
and third is 18. So considering the output and the turnout of of people from other countries heading to Poland for this land, kind of shows you the affordability of traveling from countries in the European Union to get to Poland. So, you know, just saying something about North America. I'm just saying, but
Well, apparently they chose Voj because it's pretty reasonably priced, so you can make your way out and have some fun at a TF2 land. As do finally ready up for this golden cap. The clock is reset. First to all 5 control points wins, or if you hold mid at the end of the server timer. It all comes down to this for the very first map.
and we are into what could potentially be the final mid of this map. As we see the double soldier high bomb, Bud is out, and Opti gonna bomb low, straight onto Lucky, and Lucky, the first casualty of the mid, with Menix getting killed on the Coscade, but it's back and forth towards the blue garage area as Sneaky comes out on top against the Scout v Scout duo, and it's just up to 2 as Theos fell to Wild Piggy in the backlines towards Evil Gaming's choke, and Wild Piggy playing cat and mouse with Opti comes out as the cat, killing the mouse there, and it's just Wild Piggy clutching up here on the mid, and he's gonna hit it with a little taunt and a little flare.
Oink. And an oink to boot. Yeah, very nicely done. It just separated into multiple 1v1s there after the initial initiation from the soldiers, and it means that Alien Workshop will get the first cap. So very nicely done from Wild Piggy to just skirt back around after taking down the soldier on the flank, and then clean up the weak Salty. Now, as Evil Gaming actually coming back in full force through this choke and to try to contest this mid point. Looks like, yeah, they're not done. It's a second mid fight, baby. Here we go. Once again, coming through the choke. Minix is down to Coscade very early. And yeah, just as quickly, Evil Gaming realizes, nah, we're not gonna. You can have it. You can have the mid. So, Alien Workshop is gonna maintain control of this mid for the time being.
Yeah, just getting stuff at the choke point there and already losing Menix kind of just means that pretty much Alien Workshop had already been primed and ready to spam that choke point. So we're just gonna see Alien Workshop work their way in.
And indeed, Evil Gaming. Theos managing to avoid an air shot, surfs away, holds onto that Uber now as two soldiers goes down for Alien Workshop. So Evil Gaming manages to hold on, but they're looking at Tabby with the choke, locking down with those sticks, and here comes Opti with the high bomb fade onto the health back. Okay, don't know what he was going for there. Now as Lucky being escorted back into choke, could get forced if he's not careful here. Actually, the exchange looks like Theos wants to go for the exchange, and now finally Lucky popping up an Uber of his own, going to bring Postgate through with the flash to get some positioning here. Evil Gaming still managing to stay in and give Alien Workshop a run for their money. Now as Koski gets the kill onto Shappy, so that's the demo down. Pretty big pick if you ask me. Now as Shades goes on and gets Opti, so down 2 explosives for Evil Gaming. And they're just crumbling away here now as Wild Piggy sort of sees them off back through their yard. Shades jumps onto the hut, waiting for the rest of his team to catch up. And very nicely done from Alien Workshop to come out on top during that exchange and post-fight.
Yeah, Theo's catching a pipe there proved unfavorable for the Evil Gaming exchange as we see the pressure into second here as Bud and Tavi are both dangerously low and looking towards their coffins there, but do manage to get a bow from their medic apiece, and we do see Bud jumping for the ammo pack, a bit risky there, my brother, but does manage to get it and will come out intact. And we do see the double soldier lunchbox play yet again here, getting the buffs. Sneaky is also probably trying to go for something here with the soldiers, so just looking to see, they are getting telegraphed maybe as Opti and Salty are holding on top here.
Yeah, now Shappy finally looking more towards that lunchbox area. Actually, no. Head is turned, so yeah, just relying on his player's upper to feed him the information and protect him from any sort of potential flank, so he's just going to focus his attention on the shutter as the demo's got to try to work their way in. Once again, Alien Workshop working in with both soldiers, and here comes the bomb finally after the rockets are expended. It's Shades! And Kosuke and Shades managed to get 2 kills. It's going to be Opti and Menix, very nicely done. And then Shades also getting the kill on the Buzzer. That's 3 dead for Evil Gaming and only 2 dead, but it is Tavi down for Alien Workshop, but they are still going to try to rage on this cap and force out the exchange here. Lucky hiding out in that Z, a bit of an exchange spot, or an exposed spot. Finally does pop off the Uber of his own, almost gets dropped, very risky play, but Shades comes to his rescue and drops Salty. In the meantime, they do get the cap, and it's just Shades waiting for an arrow up top. Will receive it, and now it's Evil Gaming push back onto their last once again. And this is kind of an uncomfortable feeling if you're Evil Gaming. Now Shades tries to lead his team through the shutter and actually thinks Bedivere going to cancel that in short order. Even Ubers basically, and they're just going to recollect themselves on the second point.
Almost would have been a non-exchange had Alien Workshop Soldier been able to block off Salty, or I think it was Menix there, in that Z area, and they would have not been forced, at least Lucky wouldn't have been. Because with Evil Gaming taking the fight to them in those close quarters area, you could have the Soldier juggle the Scout in that exchange, but just weren't able to do so. But that's still okay, because we have taken second because of it, as Shades is in for the sack, and Kosuke spamming on top, but I think Shades may be next to fall here, does get caught by the pistol on the fallback.
Yeah, caught with his equalizer out. We'll go down to that marked for death damage there, but he was already low health. So, I mean, it was a tough endeavor all the same. So Alien Workshop down a player, and Menix up on Sniper. See if they can work a cheeky pick. He's waiting on the cinder blocks to the left of the shutter, just waiting for any sort of eager head trying to pop their way through, and it will be Bud trying to open up that shutter to see if he can get a better angle. Almost catches Tavi in the Z there, and he's still flirting with danger there. Manages to live for now as Alien Workshop working both their Scots in through Lunchbox, managing to take the space given to them as Menix still looking for a head pop.
Yeah, we see the Sniper peeking far deep in the left shutter. Menix here has gotten so much, as Kosuke, on the other hand, all the way back in second, peeking into left shutter, does get the pick onto Bud. So now it's going to be SVS here, but Kosuke catches Menix looking the other way, and he's just ringing out headshots left, right, and center, always going for the hero shot for the medic, but doesn't manage to hit it. As the Scout is in, Sneaky is in, everybody's going in for the force, the collapse is in, and Evil Gaming get forced, oops.
Yeah, well, either way, that was just excellently done from Alien Workshop, working all the picks, getting all the headshots, getting the force, getting Shappy with it as well. So, I mean, yeah, I bet he's not too happy with his medic there. But, I mean, you kind of don't want to force to that in that situation, but ends up getting forced all the same. So it's going to be complete Uber advantage for Lucky and Alien Workshop as they work their way once again through Lunchbox, trying to find their groove. Actually waiting a bit, getting the buffs out, waiting for everybody, and here we go. Popping open that shutter. Will they pop early? And yes, they will. It's going to be a bit of a juggled bomb from Tavi. Finally getting onto that sentry gun. It will go down. Uber just now fading. Got to focus this heavy down. 66 HP. Trying to get the arrow up, but it won't happen. Menix going to be the first to fall of the humans for the Evil Gaming side. And now it's Opti and Bud, and Theo's getting some pressure on him from the soldier. And now it's Shappy being popped up, and he's the last alive. And it will be Alien Workshop. Finally, after all that blood, sweat, and tears, going to get the golden cap, and they will take the first map in overtime. Very well done from them.
I mean, I guess the aliens invaded Earth and they completely took it over, as they did take their own map pick. And evil, once again, does not reign over good. I guess the aliens are pretty good at this map. And they are, surprisingly, up in this series. Because, you know, I was expecting Evil Gaming to come in and take this, because you look at names like Opti, Bud, Shappy. These players have played Prem before. And
Yeah.
And I mean, Alien Workshop, they have their own fair share of experience, but damn, that was just unexpected. It doesn't even matter if it's a map pick. Just the sheer amount of experience should be able to get Evil Gaming over the top.
Yeah, nah, the underdogs coming out on top indeed. And yeah, like a lot of these players, I mean, I'm not too familiar with Euro TF2, but I mean, I recognize most of these guys. And yeah, a bit of an upset here. Let's see if they can continue the trend as we head into the second map. I mean, these stats, yeah, logs are up, and I mean, nothing too wild. It's a golden cap. What do you see?
I mean, I see a perfect game from Wild Piggy. Sure, Bucky
Oh
died.
yeah,
And Wild Piggy coming in with the 6-0. But look at that. Look at the frag difference between the teams. Kosuke, Sneaky, Wild Piggy, they alone outfrag the entirety of Evil Gaming. Actually, as a matter of fact, now that I'm thinking about it, I believe Kosuke and Sneaky or Wild Piggy, you could swap either two names. They either tied or have one more frag than the rest of Evil Gaming. Holy smokes, what a dominating golden cap.
yeah. Kosuke with a 408 damage a minute. I mean, it was only like 10, 15 minutes, but still, that's a lot of damage for a soldier. And he was absolutely nuking on that very last push to help enable his team to get the golden cap. Very expertly done. And yeah, once again, the wild dogs, the wild card underdogs, gonna take the first map away from the hands of Evil Gaming. And if you're Evil Gaming, you got to start sweating a bit here because you're one of the invited teams. Alien Workshop qualified to be here, and it shows that they still deserve to be here, taking the first map in this lower bracket, round 1, which means we're going to be going to our second map of Snakewater. And well, what do you expect here? Do you think Evil Gaming is going to be able to bounce back, or do you think maybe they're a little bit rattled here by
Well,
Alien Workshop?
I will pass it to our second caster because I was only supposed to film for the first map, and he was watching the second map. As we do have Mittens subbing in for me, and maybe you could rephrase that question for him.
Hi, Mittens.
Hello.
Were you
I'm
watching
finally
that at
here.
all?
I definitely was. I was looking in.
Yeah, and what did you make of it?
Have to think about it a bit. It was yeah, honestly kind of surprised that Alien Workshop was able to come back and get that, especially after seeing them go down, but uh and almost losing like near the end there when there was about 30 seconds left. But honestly, I saw like the double soldier bomb come out on the side of Alien Workshop, and it barely saved them on that last push that was against them, because they nearly lost everything there, right?
Hmm.
But they were just able to squeak that out, and then in Golden Cap, they came back, they just played clean, and with those picks, they were able to just get a good last push, and they took the round ultimately, and they took the map.
Yeah, no, it was really good because I mean, throughout the whole game, Alien Workshop was able to hold their own against the continued efforts of Evil Gaming, and very well done as well. Because yeah, like Josh said, they had some pretty nice second pushes of their own, Alien Workshop, and it showed in the end there. And yeah, just excellently done on that last push in the Golden Cap. They got the heavy down, they got the sentry down. They were able to work with what little Uber they had left and just turn it into a slugfest. And Kosuke just going huge, bombing into that enemy combo. And yeah, Golden Cap. I mean, the first match that we casted, very nice, a lot of action. Went to a third map, but man, this underdog story here, taking out Evil Gaming in the first map on a Golden Cap, no less. And now we're into the second map, Snakewater, just waiting for all these players to come in. What are your expectations for this map?
So this map,
Well, we know
it's
you don't
honestly
push out
hard
of
to say.
last. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. You don't definitely don't do that. Uh, Honestly, kind of hard to say. I feel like there's a lot of definitely high walls you can go off for soldier bombs on this map, and I know they've already
Mm,
been doing a lot of that considering on Granary, and I'm expecting a lot of like chaos. Although I do think Evil might take this map, considering I think Granary's a bit more niche in terms of the specific things that go on in that map, and Snakewater's more general. And just with the general experience that Evil Gaming has with a lot of their prem players, I think they'll probably end up taking this map, and I'm hoping it'll go to a third map, because that's the most interesting to cast, and it's the most interesting for the viewers.
yeah, and it's Gullywash, and I love Gullywash. It's my favorite map. Call me stupid all you like, but even as a medic player, I like Gullywash. So yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Evil Gaming taking this one. It is their map pick after all. Alien Workshop coming up big on there, so I think it's only fair. It's only fitting that we should give the edge here, at least I will, to Evil Gaming, see if they can redeem themselves. But all the same, if they lose this one, that's a double upset twice in a row. Knocked out of the upper bracket, down to the lower, and just overtaken by Alien Workshop. That'd be a hell of a story to see unfold before us.
Definitely would, and if Alien Workshop manages to take this, there's some definite hype momentum that they can like ride for that, because that's a big thing to sort of take down a almost a juggernaut like that as a
Hmm.
as a as a qualifier team. So that's gonna be really big for them for sure.
Indeed, and it seems like this series that we're watching here is the only one that's really underway. No results yet for the other three maps that were scheduled around the same time. So we'll see how that shakes out. In the meantime, in the upper bracket, just to update you, we have Witness Gaming versus Mandem going on in about an hour or so for the upper bracket semifinal. And then the second match will be the Last Resort versus 3.5 Stars, who came out big and did a 2-map reverse sweep on TF2 Hard, which we saw on this very stream. And yeah, looking forward to that. But in the meantime, once again, we do have this series, Evil Gaming, backs against the wall. They've got to come out on top here to draw it out to a third map if they have any chance of staying alive in this LAN playoffs.
Yeah, definitely brutal losing that first map, especially after being in the lead for a while, and just that
Yeah.
one last push just not going their way, just unfortunate. Honestly, I know I wasn't in the cast at the time, but I was watching the STV and I was kind of freaking out there, like seeing what was happening going on. Definitely exciting to see. Honestly, I haven't had much experience casting or seeing a lot of European TF2, but honestly, it's a different game and it's quite exciting to see a lot of the time.
Yeah, the most I think I alluded to it when I was watching the Div 1 grand finals with Zach. I haven't watched European TF2 in a very long time. The most I ever watched of it was back during like the vanilla TF days, and occasionally like in 2015, back when the meta was, not what it is now for sure. But yeah, it's great to watch it now and seeing how they're not really changed so much, because I mean it's still kind of slow. They're still using the same config, after 30 minutes. So it sort of necessitates that sort of slower approach, especially as you get in the nitty gritty of like playoffs or during the regular season when it's getting near to the end of the season and you want to secure your spot. Had to play a little bit slow and concerted here. So yeah, it's nice to see. It's nice to see, and it's nice that they're putting on this LAN event for everybody to come out to. And it's good to see such a wide variety of players from different countries showing out and showing what they got. And yeah, Alien Workshop, no stranger to that, man. I can't help but keep from going back to it over and over again. I'm thoroughly surprised. I hadn't seen much of these guys, but to see them do well against Evil Gaming, it's just going to keep coming up as they get used to it, I guess, from us. Now
Hey,
we
I
have.
mean, there's a reason they've made it in. There's a reason they qualified for here. It means
Yeah.
they got to be good in some way. So, yeah, definitely they have the firepower to do it and they've proven themselves for that.
As we have 11 players in the server, we're just waiting for Wild Piggy to join up. He might be on a battle. No, there you go. So we have all 12 in the server. We're ready to go. Are they ready to go? It remains to be seen. Hopefully they ready up soon enough, because I can't wait to see how this one resolves itself. And so, yeah, Evil readying up, putting on their game faces. They got a lot to prove here. This could be their last gasp or the last effort to stay in this contest. A51, do you have any sort of predictions? I know we're looking forward to seeing the soldiers work their magic here, but scoreline predictions, what do you see happening?
Oh, you talking to me? My bad. If you're talking to me, I think
I'm talking to myself over here. My bad.
over self ever okay. Uh Score lines. I mean, I think I don't know because that's weird because I've seen teams kind of stagnate on Snakewater, but also a lot of mid wipes can happen if those soldier bombs just go fat, especially because
hmm
high bombs are pretty prevalent on this map. So it could be like a high scoring like 4-3, 4-2, or it could end up just being like again a low score game like we saw before in Granary. I do know it's a bit easier to push through on this map than it is Granary. Granary being very choky.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm thinking like I think a team will get up to I think Evil Gaming will take this like maybe 4-2, 4-3, something like that. That's what I'm thinking personally.
Pretty bold prediction. I'm going to go with a more conservative approach. I'm going to say it's going to be a 2-1 after 30 minutes for Evil Gaming. Just because they gotta dictate the pace here. They tried it on Granary, didn't work out. Alien Workshop apparently had some tricks up their sleeve and some strats to run on second, because again, we saw plenty of Granary yesterday, so they had all the time in the world to practice and hone their craft. And now is where they start to pull out the tricks in the playoffs when stuff gets serious. So here we go, changing the name, and hopefully a ready up soon thereafter. And there it goes. We're coming out to our very first mid. Why don't you take it away, Mitty? Let's see how you do.
I will be dictating my first mid being here. Just both teams gonna roll out, and I know earlier as you were saying the Euros they do love their Granary. It's definitely one of their favorite things. Coming into the first mid, we see both demos. Shappy a bit faster than Tavi here. Both teams getting off a bit of spam. Lots of players. Both meds coming out by catwalk it seems. And high bomb's already coming in from the side of Evil onto the medic. Lucky getting launched up and goes down. That's already 2 picks there for the side of Evil. And just a complete battering and wipe with those quick bombs. Both soldiers going down, but Wild Piggy forced to just run and scurry off like a stray cat in the back line right now.
from a pig to a cat. Wow, the transformation is complete. How Kafka-esque. But yeah, now Salty managed to get behind, snuck their kitchen into lower, and put on some pressure as the soldiers bombed in. And yeah, very nicely done. Or no, was that the... I think it was the other way around. Either way, point is that it was a very dominant... Oh, no, it was. Okay. So a very dominating performance. I was confused because the red players went back to clear at Piggy in their back line. Now, as Theo sitting on full Uber advantage, they're capping down second. sentry is going up on last, however, for Alien Workshop, already to level 3. And it looks like Evil Gaming wants to take this through lower. Now they're going to go lower to Shutter, I guess, as they're finally making their way in. But this Uber advantage is trickling away, and here they come. They finally pop through that wide doorway on the left if you're Evil Gaming. Crossing over to the right, and the Uber will fade on Menix. Just going to get the cap down. And a huge double bump from the soldiers, but so much cap time. All he has to do is clear shades, and somebody just has to step on this point. In the meantime, Opti going to land on the medic. So it's just 2 left alive, Sneaky and Tabby.
Opti,
and there we go. Opti going big, just going to
Oh.
step on that point, freely given to him as the last one left alive, which means that Evil Gaming strikes first while the iron's hot. Not even 2 minutes gone. 1-0 in favor of Evil Gaming.
Yeah, Opti snuck behind, got the med pick anyway, so even if that last push went south, you know, it could have evened out. They could have stabilized a bit there just because they wouldn't have to worry about the ad, but snuck in behind and just kind of ended up finishing off that point cap and just blasting the scout away. So that's going to be really tough there if you're Alien Workshop. Clearly got to change up something on mid here because last one didn't go so well.
And yeah, just like last map, they were down 1 already. I'm going to be on the Opti cam to see what they do. Last time they both rolled out Catwalk, but here comes Opti with early aggression, catches the med out, takes an awkward surf, lands on top of the awning, however, lands on top of the shack then as well. Nice job of pointing the rockets, just dancing around, making those mid-air air shots all the more unlikely there with such rabbit-like movement. And there we go. They
Goodness.
changed something all right.
They did. Yes, they did. Oh my goodness. I don't even have any words. It's just an
Honestly,
absolute
focus on the medic.
slug.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
yeah.
dangled the carrot in front of me, and yeah, they dangled the carrot in front of Evil Gaming, and they bit hard and broke their teeth on him, man. Just huge wipe. And they're already peeking through to the last. As the scout gets the cap down, this sentry gun's not going to live for very long if this aggression keeps up. And they've got full Uber in hand. Theos, barely any to his name at all. And all they got to do is just get out the buffs. They got time. They're going to work it out. All healed up. Menix watching that shutter from Sniper. And here we go. Early pop. Scout demo through the shutter. Very standard stuff. Sentry gun goes down in no time at all. Going to swap over that Uber to the left side, lock out the spawns. And now all they got to do is just watch the aggression out from these spawns. Bud barely avoiding going down, but both Scout and Soldier dead for Evil Gaming. Now with some time comes across the point and the bomb to follow. There we go. Shades big on the Menix, and it's going to be just 3 left alive. Make that 2 now. Bud and Theos as the cap comes down, and Theos gets the Uber solid kill, and he gets the Uber. He's just going to stall on point as the soldiers come out. Opti and Scout, oh my lord, and they managed to hold on for dear life. Very clutch play from Theos to get that Uber saw, to get the very last percentages of Uber that he needed to clutch that out. I was confused at first. I'm like, why are they just killing Theos? It's because he's standing Ubered on the point, so very nicely done. Very clutch play, holding on to fight another day, and whew, thank God those spawns came up because he would have been screwed if that Uber faded otherwise.
You know, especially as medic, there's not a lot of times you get those clutch plays because you're not really the fragging class, but, you know, it's really fun, especially when you do it just because you're this little puny man, but you end up getting it going. Although going off their ad again comes in the Alien Workshop forces, hoping to make up what they did before, starting to lock out the right spawn. The soldier bombs come down onto Lucky, but they get sweeped up quickly. A lot of players getting damaged here on point. Big spam coming up, but there's only 1 alive, and they're finally going to take the round. Note that the medic for Evil died with 98% Uber that time. That is just an unlucky break after all that last shenanigans that happened on that first push. And even despite that last little flub with the medic getting Uber, that's a pretty clean round there for Alien Workshop, and it comes 1-1 again.
Yeah, the second time of asking, they capitalize on it, and yeah, Theos not able to pull out the luck of the draw twice in a row. 98% Uber, heartbreaking. Didn't have the Uber saw to bail him out there. And actually, I will admit, yeah, it's kind of odd to see a medic running the Uber saw in the current meta of the day in NA. So came out clutch, but not the second time around, and he's going to roll out through Catwalk. And so will Lucky, but the early aggression from Opti and Bud going to find Taffy, so that's a demo pick early on, but Salty the second to fall on this mid here. But Alien Workshop just backing up Evil Gaming against the wall, quite literally. And now it's just Opti last alive, and he'll get swept up by Wild Piggy. So 2 mids in a row, 2 wipes in a row. Very excellently done. Yeah, they found what they needed to change there, and it's just showing in full force. Very nicely done.
Alien Workshop just completely riding the momentum they took from last mid, doing very good here, and they have full ad again. Menix is going to be up on Sniper just to try and at least get the force early, maybe even get the hero drop for his team, but yeah, no, that's just brutal. You got to change something there on those mids, because that's 2 mids in a row now that you've just gotten battered. After that first mid, you had so much success, but it seems the adjustments that Alien Workshop have made are working extremely well, and they're going to start pushing in through Shutter. Demo bombs through, gets launched really high, but ends up getting the gun anyway, and they're rotated on the left spawn. They lock out the heavy. Bit of point cap time begins, but trade Menix for Wild Piggy there. The secondary fight of this becomes in, and both soldiers bomb in. Shappy taking a lot of damage, trades for that. It's only Salty alive, tries to make the hero play, and that's just going to be another round for Alien Workshop.
And Sneaky went flying after a close encounter with an explosive there of the third kind. Manages to come back and stay alive and help his team secure, second round, dude. Alien Workshop, man, they're making a believer out of me. I believe in aliens. The truth is out there. Could totally do this if they keep up this trend, man. And now the onus is completely on Evil Gaming. Thought they maybe might have an easier time coming back and showing that, hey, we deserve to be here. But no, Alien Workshop proving that they are the ones who deserve to be here so far. As we go to our fourth mid, 23 minutes to go, all the time in the world. But will Evil Gaming make the adjustment that they need?
Might see, I'm thinking a bit of a slower pace mid here, just because rotating a lot of players on the top right there. You know, the fast mids weren't working out so well for them, so maybe they're going to try and slow things down a bit on this mid. Just currently a lot of spam going out. It seems my prediction was right. Kosuke finally bombing in and taking a lot of height on the high ground, although 2 picks going down, but the health just not looking good, and it seems...
Huge!
Oh my goodness. That post-collapse is just brutal there after the spam war on mid, and it seems they're just going to wipe again, and it's going to be full ad here for Alien Workshop again.
Yeah, Shades came in big and took the fight to 2 players, was able to duke it out with the scout outside of Saw, got the kill, got the pack, and then rotated around to help collect the kill on that demo. So very nicely done from Shades to maximize his healing and damage. And yeah, a bit of a foregone conclusion there. I mean, Alien Workshop just I don't know what happened, man. They woke up, I guess. They had a bit of coffee in the brief 5 minutes we had in between maps here, and it's left Evil Gaming on the back foot on their last yet again. Sentry is up, Sniper is up, but it really didn't help them none the last few times it's happened. So we'll see if something can change here. Something's got to give here with Evil Gaming. Now as Alien Workshop working their way once again through the Shutter, onto the sentry gun, rotate to the left. Opti going to get Shades as he comes through the Shutter, gets the trade out. Very nicely done, but going to start his jump up. And Tavi caught out in the lower slope, but here comes Kosuke trying to launch a nuke onto Evil Gaming, but nothing doing. And finally, Alien Workshop has their bluff called, and they fail the last push, but they do escape with their medic and 2 scouts, so it's not all lost. They're going to be able to build up this Uber, but Theos coming up on an Uber of his own. And actually, Wild Piggy looking like he wants to threaten the back cap, but he gets caught out by Salty, and it's going to draw the rest of Evil Gaming back. They're not going to play it too crazy. They're going to draw back and rethink their strategy now as Shades comes in and gets some nice positioning on the bats, forcing back that demo in, and here comes Bud through Cheese, Salty through lower, and the rest of Evil to follow. And Theos is trying to not get forced over. Here comes Wild Piggy! Once again, they pop out the Uber, they don't spot him going to last, and it's going to be just him versus Opti here on last, trying to go for the back cap, and he's trying to dissuade it, but he gets the kill! Do they have it in time?
Will he get in time?
No! Oh man, very nicely done.
Just sliver of seconds there. Sliver of seconds. You know, just stalled out enough time. That would have been brutal if they got back cap there, going down 3-1 there, but no, it seems they're able to just stall out enough time and keep their wits together, keep their slight ad they got, although 2 picks going down, so this still is definitely a threat that Alien Workshop's able to create here. They're starting to push into last off the picks they have, albeit they're at slight disad. Tavi taking a lot of damage there from Shappy. Demo exchange going out. Player goes down, Sneaky's on point, gets a lot of time. Opti getting launched up also, but it seems the push doesn't really end up working out. Oh, launch into the air goes Theos. Oh,
almost. Yeah, no, it was a weird pop from Lucky. I think he got forced and saw, and so that, like, no pun intended, forced his hand. They had to go through, and they decided to try and see what they can get, and when that didn't work, they tried to go for the sack on the medic. But yeah, just coming up dry, coming up empty-handed. I can't speak, which means that Evil Gaming's going to capture their second back. But Tavi's just on a mission all his own. He's going to get caught out here if he's not careful, trying to make space for Shades, but actually he flubs it up and woo!
Oh, that's 2
just
picks
like that.
there.
Yeah, 2 picks.
That's
but
brutal.
Lucky does get his Uber, but will be in exchange here mid. Has to make sure he doesn't drop any more players here. Shappy very low. He's going to be out of this exchange altogether. Now as the rest of Evil Gaming does find their way on the mid, so very nicely done. Evil Gaming, it's scrappy, but they're managing to hold on here and pushing back Alien Workshop onto their second even Ubers. As the Ubers fade, it will be Evil Gaming taking control of mid once again.
Yeah, definitely good for them to not lose another round there. I mean, being down 3-1's a bit more of a mountain than just 2-1. 2-1
True.
means you win a round, you're back in it completely, and it's definitely, you don't have any big sort of lead to diminish there. So that's a really big thing for them there, and trying to come in, push again. Bud going in for the sack, I'm assuming. Comes in, gets rocket onto the med, almost getting that, but living on 50 HP is lucky and just not going to go their way. Maybe a counter sack getting ready to come in here from Alien Workshop, although they're a bit slow to do it, so they might opt to just continue the stalemate.
Yeah. Excuse me. It seems like that's the case. Like if you're up one in the Euro League, just let them keep sacking. I mean, they have mid. What are we gonna do? Counter sack and then get wiped because we're down one? Like, just let them beat their head against the wall for 18 minutes. Don't really care. We got our 2. They need to get their 2, man. It's all on them. We proved ourselves. Come on, Evil Gaming. Show us what you got. So
Yeah,
something akin to that. Might not be exactly what they said, but it's the same sort of feeling, right?
Yeah, definitely a bit of a challenge in there, and it's a bit more of a safe play style. I know people in NA can be pretty raunchy and rowdy, especially with the new Banny config. It kind of forces you to do that, and honestly, as fast-paced and fun as it can be at times, it can sometimes make it hard for us casters just because there's so much going on at all times, and we don't really get a break from the action. So
yeah, I like
nice
to breathe from time to time.
Occasionally, it's kind of nice, kind of needed to live. Shades is very low in the corner, but really wants that spam, but Shades is going to live just on a sliver of health, and very thankful for that bow from the medic. So looks like Medics is up on Sniper. They're going to try and create some plays here with that.
Shades. He's on the case.
Shades is definitely ready to prevent that. The soldiers being very proactive, especially here at LAN. I love seeing the soldiers. Opti is going to go down, though, and a pick going down and the sniper means they're not going to really be able to create much off that, and just more stalling coming our way from Alien Workshop.
Yeah, a little bit under 17 minutes to go. Looks like Menix might try. No, he thinks better of it. I thought he was going to go for the hero shot through the window. Rotates over to Saw. See what he can see. Going to see if he can get somebody spamming into this Saw. It's going to be Kosuke going up their bridge into Cheese. And yeah, no opportunities, no heads. Shappy spamming down from the window room. It's just, again, Alien Workshop has no real incentive to do anything other than just wait out and go for the round reset. They've shown themselves capable of wiping on mid. So if Evil Gaming wants to take that gamble and go back to a mid reset, hey, all the better for Alien Workshop. They'll take that bet.
Yeah, Alien Workshop definitely would be fine with another mid here. Although Bomb coming in there, gonna get denied by both the scouts again. Opti not able to get anything, kind of just throwing his head at the wall, hoping something happens. Nothing really ends up coming of it, though. And just the presence of Menix on Sniper, although Menix looks like going back to spawn to swap off to scout. And while that happens, just again, more stalling coming out here from Alien Workshop. I mean, yeah, if they get that mid reset, only a minute 40-ish left on the clock for them to get that mid reset, and their mids have gone so well for them. I don't see a reason why they wouldn't want to go back to that.
Yeah, exactly. And I think Menix was switching back on to Scott because they might be expecting an exchange here pretty soon with time ticking down. Oh, just like that! Taffy with the sticky and pipe combo takes out Menix and Shappy in quick succession, and that's the opening that you need. Like I said, man, Alien Workshop says, go ahead, man. We got you pegged. And that's going to work their way through Catwalk here without using Uber. Opti might go for a sack here. He's waiting on top of the awning. No, it's actually going to be Bud going for it. He does get the force off. Very nicely done. But it's going to be an exchange here in the end on top of the point. And Diaz is left caught out, searching for anybody to Uber, and it's going to be 4 players leaving through that saw, and Shappy caught in. Just miscommunication, it seems like. He was like, hey, I thought we were fighting, and just, nope. The rest of his team just leaves it completely out to dry. So Alien Workshop going to get that midpoint back yet again. A little under 15 minutes to go now. 2 minutes gone in that, and yeah, just Tavi opening the door wide as can be for his team as they flood their way through the yard, taking second as well. Even Uber's 50% for both medics, and it's just a wild, scrappy fight on top of battlements. And the soldiers clearing the way here. That Shades doing work as ever. And now Tavi coming in. It's actually going to be Shappy getting the kill onto Sneaky with the pipes. It's going to be a 20-second respawn for him, but no problem at all. As the scout says, they capture second. It looks like they're going to try to dry it here as Ubers tick up heavy on top of the point, or actually on the ramp next to the point. It's going to be Kosuke fading, and now here comes Shades also fading, double fade. Who could have seen that coming in? Now the recommit from the truck gets chopped down by the salty heavy. So they try to go for the sack, but nothing doing. They're just going to sit on top of Evil Evil Gaming's second point now, and just wait things out now. As Kosuke waiting to come back alive, we'll see if maybe he goes sniper as Bud tries to see what he can get in the lobby, backing them off the bridge. And yeah,
You called
Alien
it.
Workshop just, oh, I did call it. What do you know?
Did call it. The Kosuke sniper comes up, and yeah, definitely on like Alien Workshop really just fighting as a great unit there. And we saw Shappy get caught it a bit earlier. That's brutal because that's what ends up losing Evil Gaming the second point. Maybe a miscomm or something, or sometimes you just get caught looking for gold, especially on demo. You feel like you can just do so much damage, but it's also so easy to get caught out and catch yourself just a bit too far, and then suddenly it's like, where is my team? I'm dead. Oh god.
Yeah, a
Although
bit of a
sniper
glass
pick
cannon.
coming out.
Shades
on
goes down to the
Next
Medics.
there from Shades, yes, and a bit more spam coming out, and it looks like a bit of stalling. I do see Kosuke also dying, but trades out for Bud, so Menix ending up taking a lot of space and cowering behind the boxes for dear life is lucky, making sure not to get sniped, because that would just completely destroy all their momentum going on there. A drop is like the last thing you want here.
It would be rather unlucky of him, you're right.
Truly, truly, that's not what you want.
But yeah, Wild Piggy spotted on Optic coming from lower, and he's looking like he really wants to pressure for this last sort of back half. Shay's now working in the lower, finding Opti in the lower near the banny spot on the slope, and now here comes the use from both players, and they're just standing there, locking eyes, staring lovingly at each other. Ubers will fade after not a whole lot done. I think they might be trying to work their way for the drive
Now
fight.
the death
As
comes.
Shappy goes down, Shades finds him, but Opti trading him out. So down to demo, not great if Evil Gaming, means they do have free reign of these chokes. I mean, they have to worry about Bud and all that, but no sticky traps to really worry about. So they can pick and choose which door they want to and just flood through if they really want to. But Sneaky the Cat taking 2 quick rockets to the feet, almost goes down there. Opti was ready to put the hurt to him if he showed his ugly little head. And Kosuke going for the hero peek, finds a sentry instead. But Tavi in the meantime going to find Medic, so that's a sniper dead. And Kosuke still in his sniper, so the picking class for Alien Workshop still alive and well. And Medic's waiting on a 13-second spawn timer.
Brutal, brutal, brutal. Shades bombing through the choke, albeit only on about half health, but gets some good damage on Shappy, hiding behind the wall, but the bow comes out and almost gets the alleged dispenser pick there, but the recommit there ends up taking 2 of their players, and this could be a possible push out here, although only a minute 58 on the clock, so they might not opt to do it. It seems they are entering lobby. Shappy does take a bit of damage trying to push out here, although trying to hold their own without any soldiers right now are Alien Workshop. A little bit brutal, but since Menix is on sniper, it may make it a bit hard to push out, although taking those aggressive peeks again through the bridge door, just trying to see if you can get that hero shot and open things up for your team, but it doesn't look like the push out really gets them anything.
Yeah, no, it's a scary prospect all the same, so he's keeping Lucky on, he's keeping him pressed against this wall, doesn't want to make a costly mistake for his team, because yeah, they are only up by 1, but still 10 minutes to go. You know, a lot can happen. Both these teams are very capable, very deadly in the right circumstances. Alien Workshop coming out on top so far, just eking that little bit of advantage. But yeah, Evil Gaming is not out of this by far by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, judging from the gameplay we've seen here, you would not even think that, like, Alien would be the underdogs here, but because they've just had so much clean play here and stuff, albeit that double sack not really going that well with the gun not being noticed, and also Wild Piggy not really on some great health there. Gets the bow finally, and Bud gonna go down to the scout denial. Brutal.
Yeah, no, Wild Piggy just keeps checking lower, dude. I keep thinking he's eager for this back half. He's just checking it any opportunity he gets, because he's like, I want to go for it. I want to go for it. And yeah, every single time he's met somebody down there, but I think one of these times, surely somebody will slip, and Wild Piggy get the opportunity that he so desperately craves, just like plants crave electrolytes. And there we go. Lucky popping off his Uber into lower, dropping nobody, but the sentry does go down, and Shades regrouping with the rest of his team in lobby now as Ubers do fade, and some poor health in Alien Workshop. But Tabby working his way through the heavy. Bud's going to hop on top of him though, and yeah, we'll go down, but down at Demo and Heavy. Now down Bud, down 3.
Goodness, Kosuke.
Evil Gaming, this could be bad. And oh my lord, just Menix left alive after all that.
Second to go.
And Shades just adding insult to injury with that last second air shot dirty.
I'm telling you, Soldier, it almost feels like an entirely different class on land. It feels like the Soldier's popping off, albeit seeing, if you look at the tab, you know, not that many points for Kosuke, but Space Maid doesn't always show up, and they're definitely doing work out there. I mean, they're winning 3-1 against basically a prem team. So they're clearly doing well here. They're clearly holding their own and in fact controlling the pace of the game. It feels like we're on Evil Gaming last so much and so often.
Yeah, really, especially considering the early stages of that Granary map. A complete turnaround for Alien Workshop now. It's an early bomb from Bud. Huge! Ending up on Atavi. They get the pick, but 2 more trades, and Lucky is actually one of those. But Theos very quickly goes down as well. So down, Scout, Demo, Chappie picks up the pack. Coming back out, see what's happening. And what's happened is you see the rest of the team just die. So yeah,
that looked
brutal.
good for them.
It looked good until it didn't. Another wipe.
I guess that's just a great recommit there from Alien Workshop, again, just working together in tandem really well. And I think the really big bad part about that was Theos coming really far across the point, almost across like the middle of the center point, and just gets caught out from the enemy soldier bombs after that, even though after such good fat bombs there from Bud and Opti. But unfortunately just going to get caught out, and now we're going to be back on second here in what looked like a winning mid for Evil there. But now we're back to another stalemate situation.
And yeah, Wild Piggy was in the forward spawn checking the off classes, but I noticed he also disguised as enemy medic, so I think he was maybe thinking that Theos might be cheeky here and go for a crits off of the second and catch them unawares, but no such luck. Well, for Alien Workshop at the very least. Theos is on Uber. Small advantage, but not really workable. It's basically even, so yeah, just going to be another one of those snake water stalemates with a little bit over 7 minutes to go. And actually, Theos might think he has that here. I don't know. They're going to try to go for the exchange here, or the dry soldier, cutting them off on the catwalk if they decide to go out that way. So covering all their bases, very nicely held by Alien Workshop. But here we go. Here comes the exchange, and Lucky quickly turns around and saves his demo from getting dropped. But Kosuke high in the sky getting chipped down, and Bud's going to meet a whole bunch of blue in his face, and it will be Wild Piggy getting the kill. So not exactly going the way, and it looks like Evil Gaming is just floundering. They look stuck. They don't know what to do against this Alien Workshop side. This is quite surprising to me, completely honestly. Yeah, that exchange goes out, does not go in the way of Evil Gaming whatsoever. Down a player, but shortly coming up. But again, onus is completely on Evil Gaming. Alien Workshop will sit back, hit the Rancho Relaxo on their ass, and just tell them, hey, look, last time you tried this, Tabby got 2 quick picks. So, I mean, do you really want to try this again? It's on you.
Definitely. I mean, with the end of that Uber, it looked like they had a death warrant out for Kosuke, but able to barely jump out. And it looked like, I think it was Opti or whichever soldier jumped to go, or it might have been Bud, but jumped to almost go chase. But the scout and the soldier just completely denying, saying, no, this is our friend. You can't do this. We're not letting you kill our friend, and we're not letting you take away our picks that we rightfully gained. Yes, our dear soldier, my beloved.
My beloved.
Cannot do it.
And so yeah, here we go, another exchange.
Oh,
this
Lucky
time a little bit,
lived.
But a little bit more luck for Menix. Does get the pick on Kosuke and finally turn in the way of Evil Gaming as they get Tavi in the very end as Uber's fade and positional advantage. And with that, the mid cap and Evil Gaming wasting no time at all, just barreling through this lower point onto second already. And I think they might try to dry this because Tavi is on a 10-second spawn, and actually Wild Piggy gets caught up by Shappy.
Yeah, it's looking good for them now. Finally, some momentum swinging their way. I think they went off just the slight ad of knowing speed shots through the door, but no one's really there to bomb. Finally gets the bow, though, and the heavy denies him a bit. Bud going up in the air, strafing away. Kosuke at the spawn door might end up dying, but gets the resup off in time. Currently, the heavy just battering everything on point, and it looks like they might need to give this up. Bomb finally coming in. Almost gets Tavi, but another bow coming out, and it looks like they're going to cut their losses here and back out, especially after the snipe onto Shappy from Wild Piggy. Goodness.
Yeah, very cheeky, very good indeed. And yeah, Alien Workshop, I'm just going to keep gushing about it, and they look so good. I would think that they're the Prem team if I knew absolutely nothing about this, if I just tuned in right now. Just stellar performance, dude. You can't ask much more of them. I mean, they're holding their own. Just brilliantly done. 4 minutes 40, and as time ticks away, as the oft said phrase, it's looking less and less likely by the second for Evil Gaming to claw this one back. I mean, if they're absolutely perfect, but they've been anything but. Hate to say it for Evil Gaming. They could still make it work though. I don't know, man. But Alien Workshop is having a lot to say about that so far, and I just don't see it happening that way. A little bit of pressure from the lower onto the sentry gun from both soldiers, but shit's going to come in, and now another exchange being forced out here, and just as quickly, Evil Gaming going to run away. Possibly going to try the dry, looking through shutter maybe a little bit. No, they're just going to back out Menix still looking like he wants to menace into the top left, but no, being beckoned back by his team, and Shappy getting a little bit frisky in that top left door will be called back, and they're just going to build up the super again and hope to maybe outbuild Lucky, but that's a bit of a stretch here. They're starting to become too close for comfort, starting to go into desperation mode.
Yeah, definitely probably too big of a point to really get that pick, especially even if you have like 5 or 10 ad. It's just too much space to kite with that. Tabby currently building with the half sat, so his scouts can off glass, and we're seeing, you know, just they're stalling here. I mean, every second that ticks by just is great for Alien Workshop, and it's just, you know, you guys make the move. We're fine with sitting here. We're up by 2 rounds. This is good for us. And another exchange comes in here because they have to make something happen. Gun going down, but they just have to leave this again, and not really getting much of this. Bud finally in on the point, spams down the secondary gun that goes up quickly. Sneaking up on Sneaky on Heavy comes Menix, getting the pick. A lot of damage going out everywhere. Shots fired all across the point, and it looks like balling up come the Alien Workshop forces, able to sort of hold their own, but the scout walking back in, and it's just a wipe there, and that might honestly be the nail in the coffin that Alien Workshop plans to seal their win on this map.
Yeah, no, the desperation was almost palpable. That was like, what, 3 exchanges in a row from Evil Gaming, just trying to get something to work. But I mean, unless you have a solid plan like Alien Workshop does, it seems, man, they're not going to be able to get one through on them. They are just throwing anything at the wall, hoping that it sticks, but it's just turning up nothing, and everything's coming up millhouse for Alien Workshop.
Yeah, for Evil Gaming to come back here, they would need some world record level pushes here. They'd need some actual crazy stuff to go on in order to tie it up here. Just bombs coming in on the right, just trying to hold off their own. I know Alien Workshop won't over-aggress here. Yeah, 2 picks there going down, and just you can see the desperation is real. They want to stay alive so bad, especially after losing that first map so closely, and now it's just... It's brutal. Oh, okay. Gets an air shot there at least, but loses the fight anyway, unfortunately. You know, always hurts when you get an air shot and then you lose the fight, especially as a soldier player myself. It's just, man, I did all that cool stuff and it didn't result in anything.
I got an air shot. Why aren't you nuking them with me? What the heck, team?
I got an air shot. What are you guys doing?
What more do you want from me? And here we go, Uber from Theos, desperation pop,
Yeah,
dropping
another
Bud,
exchange.
Menix, and it's looking ugly, man. You hate to see it, but about 75 seconds left in this map too. 3-1 is the score, and with that, it's just baiting into nothing.
GG's going out in the chat after that. That's a good
Lucky.
game.
Yeah, getting the medic on medic violence there. That's GG. Evil Gaming calling it. There's not much they can do.
Already
60 seconds.
leaving the server. Wow.
Oh, come
They know
on.
it's over, but come on, you gotta stay at least till the end. I mean,
Well, yeah.
I guess that's the good thing about banning config is that you always have hope at least. But
Mhm.
again, also I think it's nice because if you play, it more rewards you playing good throughout the entire 30 minutes, right? You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
Again, Alien Workshop just completely playing better, like 100%, and just gonna get this cap again, make their lead 4-1, because why the hell not? You know, get the logs going, and extremely clean match there from Alien Workshop, especially on those mids. That first mid looked like it was gonna be a bad time for them on this map, but after that, it was just every single mid was just either a wipe or after they had something bad happen, just coming back from that, and that is just a domination there.
Yeah, Lucky with 108 points on medic, dude. Huge game for him. And for the rest of Alien Workshop, well done. You've earned my respect. Very well done to take down Evil Gaming. The Evil Lords will be sent back to their lair to plot and destroy the world another day, I guess. But they're going to be moving on to the winner of the Wer das Liest ist doof versus 3 Steps Back match. And actually, it will be Wer das Liest ist doof against Alien Workshop in the next match in that lower bracket, round 2.
Oh goodness, are we casting that?
No, I think
Oh,
we are done
okay, good.
for now. I think we're going to be handing it off to the other crew. But
Alrighty.
I'm going to be looking at the logs here. And yeah, Lucky dying a total of 4 times. Theos dying 10 times. So more than double the deaths. and yeah, a lot
Oh,
more
the kills
heals.
especially, yeah.
And the kills,
Like,
oh my lord, that's what, 34 more kills
yeah,
for
that
Alien
is
Workshop? That's nuts.
that really is nuts. I guess everything just going their way. And even though Kosuke, not a lot of damage, going negative. I mean, everyone else on the team had really good logs. So I say it all the time. He walked so they could run.
Yeah,
Really doing
that is your
everything.
phrase,
Yeah,
yeah.
that is my thing that I like to say. And sometimes as soldier, you gotta take the brunt of the damage. You gotta just get owned so that your teammates can do a lot more. And it looked like it clearly worked out because like a
Well,
4-1 victory on the second map.
I think a lot of it too was that he spent some time on. Oh, I only spent 2 minutes on Sniper, so I guess not that much in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, I guess it was the soldier, but all the same, he was able to get some picks on Sniper, so that's worth something at the very least. It wasn't wasted. No, actually, he didn't. What did he? He only got one headshot. It's interesting. Okay, never mind. Yeah, Kosuke, you're cut. Sorry, you're the weak link here. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's a great showing from the team overall. Very nicely done from Alien Workshop. After a bit of a nail biter on Granary, they'll take the second map and the series 2-0 on Snakewater. And yeah, it's 3-1, but since Theos wanted to leave early, no real contention from the rest of the team with less than 60 seconds to go. It'll be a 4-1 officially on the stat line, and just Wild Piggy 20 frags, Shades 20 frags, Sneaky the Cat 23 frags, 20 assists. So a double for my man Sneaky the Cat. Very well done. And I don't know what happened with the Able Gaming, man. They just crumbled under the pressure after losing on Granary.
Especially at tournaments like this, you got to be able to play underneath the pressure. And it seems that Alien Workshop just thrived off the competition and the high intensity of this. It seems they embraced it, and it seems they worked off of it. And especially seeing the desperation slowly crumbling up more and more throughout the match for Evil Gaming, they worked off that, and they said, "You guys are playing sloppy. We'll let you guys make the mistakes, and we'll capitalize off it."
Absolutely. And yeah, Tavi had a lot to say about that. I still can't believe that, man. He got a sticky kill and then immediately after a pipe onto the demo. So just amazing stuff from Tavi coming in clutch for his team, man. And with that, any other thoughts on that one?
I guess, looking at the mid fight lines, you see first mid won by the red teamer by Evil Gaming, but then after that, it's just alien. Every other mid won by them. Just like whatever adjustment they made, it worked very, very well.
Indeed, yeah. Just like you said, they needed to change something, and it's like they heard you, man. Just like Kosuke heard me about coming up on Sniper. Like, all right, we'll fix it. We got to fix it for our buddy Mittens here, and just beautiful stuff. Great TF2. You love to see it, especially in a LAN environment. I'm pretty sure there was a lot of hooting and hollering, and a lot of yelling, and a lot of smack. Well, maybe some smack talk. You got to expect some at least. But yeah, Alien Workshop, your victors in this series. Moving on against Wer das Licht ist doof. I could be saying that faster, but I'm not. And so, with that, we are going to be stopping our stream for now because the next match is about 45 minutes at the earliest. So thanks for tuning in for now. I want to give a big shout out real quick to TC Mano for casting with me today and yesterday. Josh for jumping in when he had to and getting the cast out there. And for you, Mitty, very nicely done. It was a lot of fun casting with you. And for all the production and everybody at the Poland land, I think I'm going to be done for the rest of this series. So yeah, anybody you want to shut up before we go for now, Mitty?
I'm thinking, just the entire Fireside team and, Antlers and Doctor Underscore and Sio, just for producing everything, making all this stuff possible and getting us even the opportunity to cast this land. Like, this is something I'd want to do off my bucket list. So I was definitely happy and like jumped at the opportunity to get this done. So thanks so much to them. And, last thing, buy the merch, I guess, if you want. That's something I know they like when we shout that out. So yeah, I'll do that. And yeah, just thanks everyone for coming out. And it'll be a bit before the next match. So just, get your snacks, maybe go take a shower if you smell, do whatever you need to do. And then, come back for the next matches that will be on here later. So yeah, thanks for coming out, everyone.
All right, so that'll do it for us for now. We'll see you back here in a bit. We're going to raid ETF, Essentials TF stream, I think, in the meantime. But anyway, once again, thanks for watching. We'll catch you very soon. From all of us at Fireside, bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye, everyone.
I wake up in the bed you made, the one where you're supposed to lay with me. I smell you on the pillowcase, but don't see your face, and that's okay with me. I never thought I'd see the day I'd see you as somebody I